What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Behind the Shades, the only video podcast that's not actually a podcast. It is something that we are experimenting with for the past few weeks. We are glad people have been joining us while we've been doing it, right?
Yes.
Christy's been enjoying seeing some of the comments. For those of you who don't know, this is my lovely co-host, Christy. She will be joining me in today's little video adventure that we're going to go into today. We have one that I've told you about before.
Yes.
It is the Warren Harding School, the abandoned Warren Harding School. And for those of you out there that are wondering, why am I saying the name of this school? It is because every other explorer on YouTube apparently has been saying the name of this school. And tonight, we're going to see one of the explorations, quote unquote, for people that are just listening to this and not seeing my quote unquote. It is the Warren Harding School. And I've seen a couple of
We've
people.
never been there, right?
No,
I
don't think I've ever been there. And if I had ever been to this place, I'd probably say that I've never ever been there. But I'm truthfully saying that we have never been to this school before. I've never seen this school. I actually got this video from Lord that we're going to watch, but this took me, I thought I heard of this school, but I actually thought it was in Chicago, but apparently it's in Connecticut.
Oh.
And it led me down a path, obviously, to a couple different YouTube channels. And I saw a lot of people with the name of the school in their title.
Yeah.
Something that we normally wouldn't do unless it's a very, very well-known place, such as a theme park or something like that.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have said the name of the school. I probably would have tried to block it out, being from the early explorations that I've seen. This is a later exploration of this school. If you don't know, the title of this video is probably Destroying Warren Harding School, because the school is now destroyed and these kids are furthering the destruction of this school. But as I said, I guess the beginning explorations of this school, it was in very good shape. Yeah. And I've seen probably 10, 15 other videos where it was in pretty good shape, where you see that it's getting in its decline. And I didn't really watch through everybody's videos. I kind of just did the little peek of the thumbnail thing so you could see the digression of the school as it goes on. So for those of you out there tonight, and for you, Christy, we're going to be watching kids destroying Warren Harding School, because I don't know why they videotaped themselves, but Lord had a little reel that he put out of some kids bashing up the school, and I said, "Where is this school? I want to check out that video. I'm interested to see what else these kids did," because he only had a little short clip, what the school was actually and what had happened to it. So this is...
Well, also, and to just touch on something that you said before, our early exploration videos, when you go to a place that's untouched, a lot of the times we would post videos and we would get a bunch of people in our DMs asking for the locations of the schools. And if we're about to watch a video of kids destroying the schools, this is precisely why we wouldn't actually show the name or tell the name, or Rob would have to edit out like paperwork that might have had the name or the address on it, because we didn't want people like this to get the information, go there and purposefully destroy.
Anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere. Any of the places that we've been to.
It always leads to more trouble later on down the line if you let a place get bashed up. But I will say this, that we have been to some schools and we didn't say the names of them, and people were in the comments. They obviously knew where the school was. They said, this was my old high school. This is the school. This is that. So I could see a school getting blown up way easier than a lot of other places that people try to keep under wraps. So I'm not blaming anybody, but I know how this place was found out by the wrong people, you know. But just by just seeing the videos that are going down the list, when you type in the name Warren Harding High School inside of there, it got blown up, and literally this place looks like a bomb hit it. It literally got blown up. So these kids right here, We're going to get right into the video right now. These kids right here. This is Malachi. What is it?
BPT Malachi 1.
BPT Malachi 1. All right. So this is a kid. He obviously has a little YouTube channel going on here for himself, right? So he decides to, I think this is his first urban exploration, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's got like, what does he have here? I don't know. He's got 480 followers.
That's on,
right?
Yeah, that's on Instagram.
Okay, so I don't know how many followers or subscribers he has on YouTube at the moment, but I think he has like 50.
Yeah.
Possibly. I think he has 50. I think at the moment of us watching this video right now, it has a little over 100. I think I contributed to 5 of the views that were on that since I've discovered this video. Yeah, so this is the beginning of what is it? BPT? BPT Malachi? All right, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm seeing them. I'm more focused on this kid with his little cell phone camera shots here. So we're just going to get right into it. BPT Malachi. Here he is. His first urban exploration video, or I should say, again, quote unquote, urban exploration video.
Yeah.
So let's get it. Here we go.
Why say to the people, Eli? I say
The school is trash. Board it up.
that's in.
It looks fairly like recently abandoned.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
This is probably within 8 years, I would say.
What I say?
Like, it's crazy that all these people are just in here showing their faces.
Yeah.
Like they're
kids.
Well, it's true, but there's also a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
Well, I
even
mean,
just
they're blowing up the spot themselves. You could see chairs hanging in the trees right
look
there.
At that.
Yeah, this school, like I said, it looks like a bomb hit it. I mean, there is growth there. So now that we're speculating on the timeline of when this was actually abandoned, I didn't actually see when it was actually abandoned. It looks from that growth that there's vines and trees or whatever inside of there. You could see that in the courtyard there.
Yeah.
This is probably 10, 15 years. All right, I'm gonna call
say,
that. It
yeah,
might be 8
maybe
years. I don't
8.
know. I mean, I can't really tell by vandalism how many years it's been abandoned.
If somebody looks it up afterwards, let us know.
Yeah, you can let us know in the comments. I really don't. I really only care about the destruction that's going on at this abandoned building and why you probably shouldn't say the names of places. Why you probably shouldn't put your face on camera. Especially if you're going to vandalize stuff like that. I mean, I've been told not to put my face on camera while I'm trespassing, and you know,
I mean, it's just a logical, smart thing.
what some people would call burglary, or if some people would charge you with burglary, you probably shouldn't put that on camera as well. But I'm fully guilty of that.
Same.
So are you? Yes, exactly. So I can't, and I'm way older than these kids, so I have no goddamn excuse. You know what I mean?
True.
So yeah, so I'm really just criticizing, just because I'm an asshole as well. So I'm not really saying
But the
that
difference
I'm
is
an
we
angel.
don't we don't go in
I
and
don't
destroy
break
the
anything.
places.
I don't break.
Exactly.
I can go. Any times I've ever encountered police, except for one time. Well, I didn't have a problem with the police that I encountered on the bad charges that I accrued.
Yeah.
If you want to say that. I didn't. There were no bad cops. All the cops that I ever dealt with are always pretty cool, except for the ones that beat me up. That one. Well, it's another story.
That's a story.
But anyhow, the people in the one particular case was the only time I've ever dealt with anybody who really didn't understand exactly what it was that we were doing.
Yeah.
We were obviously had videos or whatever it was, or they saw videos of us making art, so to speak, quote unquote, again.
Yeah.
So, but these kids are definitely vandalizing a school that's already been vandalized by other people who are probably smart enough
Or them.
not to film themselves doing it, or them or their friends or whoever it is around town, because these kids are definitely from the town. They walked over here.
Yeah, they
They're
probably hang
nearby
out here
people.
all the time.
Yeah.
I
They
mean-
they probably do hang out here all the time. Smoking.
Yeah.
Sideshow Bob.
Yes, bro. It's for the video, bro.
For the video. It's for the evidence, kids.
Yeah.
It's for the evidence. Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Yeah, another one. See, you gotta hang the chairs in the tree now.
Yeah.
It's like being at a ski mountain where the girls throw the bras in the tree.
Oh, shit.
God.
Yeah.
At least she's telling them to be quiet.
Yeah, she don't want to get in trouble. She got parents at home apparently.
Somebody come, I'm tripping, nigga, I'm home. Exactly, y'all making all this noise. Bro, it's up.
Man. And that's the bad part right there. The girl right there, they got her face clear as day. She gets
Yeah.
wrapped up in the charges
I
with them.
know.
You know what I mean? They're not gonna let her go. She gets wrapped up in that little probation. You know, the state likes their money. The city,
Yeah.
the whatever, they like their money. Or what could be worse is that I don't know, but they might want to go for charging the kids, their parents, whoever.
Yeah, I mean,
with
depending
the damages
yeah.
of the school. I don't know what they're doing with this school. I don't know why they would just let schools get wrecked like this. I've always said
Yeah.
I don't know why they just let buildings
Just
go
go
to
to
shit like
waste,
this.
yeah.
Like, I mean, and they know that they are because they're obviously being tagged. They're being boarded up over and over and over again. There are plenty of things that can house homeless people. We've seen that before
Yeah.
in our videos and stuff like that. The gyms and stuff like that.
I saw school
rather than having them on the streets. So
yeah, and I saw a school recently that they had like renovated and made the classrooms into like smaller apartments, and that was like a cool concept. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like everybody had their own little toilet, like
and it's
bathroom
not like
and
you have
kitchen.
to have people that you think are sketchy. There's plenty of families that are out on the street that would gladly sleep in a gym or whatever. And there's plenty of programs that are whatever. I'm not going to get into that, but there are things that can happen with these places rather than
Yeah.
what they ultimately know is going to happen.
Destroy.
This is one of the things that I talk about in my videos in particular. Right, is
Yeah.
why they just left all the stuff behind, all the computers, all the whatever. I think all that stuff is really cool. You know what I mean? Like even I think back to the computers that we've seen and going inside of there before I'd go and really go to swap meets and garage sales and things like that and found out what these old computers and stuff like that we'd see, like the old Macs with the
I remember
with the crazy
the see-through colors, like it had
different
the
color
pink,
backs
green,
and stuff
blues.
like that.
I remember
we
that
saw.
school.
We saw rooms
100
filled,
of them, hundreds.
filled,
Yeah,
and those things go for money. So you can get
Crazy.
money for that stuff. Maybe not ultimately. I guess you can't. Whatever. I'm just going down a path where this doesn't have to happen to these schools, and ultimately,
No.
like I said, they know that this is going to happen with these
Yeah.
places.
Cause my hair
My nigga, where are we going?
No. It's up, ain't the whole area. I don't remember the way either. I just know.
Samaj, we gonna fight. I swear, yo. Get me out of here.
Can we go upstairs?
You gotta say no.
That girl up there that was telling them all to shut up, she was kind of sketched. She's like, all right, I went in. This is her first time in. She was like, I just got to go in. I got to see. But they caught her on camera. I told you. I didn't even notice that when I passed through this video real quick. I didn't notice that she was like,
that one girl really likes throwing chairs through the window because she did it
can't pick
downstairs
this
too.
shit
I mean,
out.
she's trying to throw a whole desk and chair
Desk.
set through there. Those are pretty heavy.
What is this
They're
guy?
Those
going
are
upstairs.
nice stone tops.
Yes.
Where are you pulling?
That's a heavy desk. Yep. Probably just gonna hurt yourself. All you're gonna do is just hurt yourself. Here we go. Sideshow Bob.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was heavy as fuck. And I hit my head a little bit.
That didn't
down
hit his
here.
head.
That's what you get.
It didn't hit his head though.
Yeah, I mean, this school
I guess
definitely got.
guess when he came back on it, he hit his head like I just hit my headphones. So, there you go. So he might have hit his head
maybe.
with it.
Yeah, I didn't see it. The camera
It
kind of
definitely
cut
didn't
quick.
bounce
shit.
high enough to hit him in the head. This place is trashed.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I would still explore this school. It's better than the guy at Urbex Hill. I could see a reason to go inside of this school.
Yeah.
We've been in way worse than this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's destroyed. It's hit like pretty hard, but
Yeah,
it's
I mean, it's got some
it would be a
good
good
shots.
explorer for sure.
It's got some good shots.
Yeah.
This place is trashed.
Yeah.
See, like I was seeing the little thumbnail videos of people walking through these stairwells. Those pieces of glass were not broken at that point in time. So
Yeah, big holes in the
You
wall.
guys think
Obviously, the
Caden?
scrappers came through there.
You guys
They
yeah,
think
put
you can
these
see the
holes.
ceiling tiles. They just ripped out. Unless
Not
people
even
were
that. The holes
throwing-
above the lockers.
Yeah,
Fire. Niggas is dumb as fuck.
people are definitely going in there and getting the copper.
I wonder if we'll see a gym.
It's over there. Down there.
What?
I'm wondering if we're gonna see a gym
Yeah.
or like auditorium or whatever.
Well, hopefully the gym, and the auditorium's not too ripped out. I mean, usually those places are pretty good because they're dark. It's
Yeah.
usually the wide open like hallways, glass frames, any glass in the hallways.
It's like
They, yeah,
foggy.
they lit a fire.
I was
Wow.
just about to say it's like foggy in there.
Yeah.
What the hell?
They lit a fire inside of the school.
Look, we live in the same shit. Nah, I wouldn't.
Wait, but when did they?
No,
I
it's
guess
still-
did they do that before
So-
they started this video? Because
I
like,
guess-
how the
I
hell
guess-
did the fire?
When their friends split up, they went
Oh.
downstairs or wherever they're at right now, and they lit that fire. That is dumber. Like recording that is even
That's
and like
terrible.
not even just the recording of it. Like recording it is just dumb in and of itself, but publishing it to YouTube because you potentially want a lot of people to watch your videos.
Yeah.
Like when you put out a video like
Yeah.
that, and to want millions of people to watch you light a fire inside of an abandoned school, you could have
Well-
just I don't know what happens later on in the video, or if they leave that, or if there's a whole fire department that shows up there after they're done shooting their video, but they're at this point, I guess, if they're not caught, they're lucky that they haven't been caught yet or lit the place on fire. So
Yeah,
it's
well,
crazy.
the stupid thing is that like if somebody wanted to get them in trouble or like frame them for something, somebody can go there, light the school on
Yeah.
fire, and then give them this video.
That's
and say,
actually a very good
and
synopsis
say here,
right there.
these kids did this.
Yeah.
And how are they going to prove that they didn't? You
That
know what I mean?
actually
They're here destroying it.
It's
So
very good. I don't even know if synopsis was actually the right,
that was a good.
I mean, that was a break. That was actually a good like
example
little
of-
example of how somebody
it can
could
backfire on you.
yeah, mess you up like that. Like that's pretty stupid that they're lighting fires inside of there.
What
It's
room is that? That's
literally never, and I've never, ever in any of the abandoned places we've ever been in. It's been cold in places. It's been, I've
Freezing.
never, ever thought to light a fire. And I've seen magnificent fireplaces. People out there have complained about me talking about
the-
fireplaces too much. And I've never lit a fireplace before. I've never lit a fire inside of a
Nothing.
place. Why? And now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have lit a fire inside of some of them fireplaces, inside of some of
It
those
would've been a
places,
good
especially
picture.
like colder places and stuff like that. And
But
I'm gonna
also,
give
like, you don't
some
want the
people some
fire-
ideas out there, possibly if anybody's watching this that's a picture taker. So.
Yeah, but you don't want the fire to like accidentally spread. Something
Yeah, so
goes,
don't do
like,
it. I'm not giving
yeah,
anybody
it's-
ideas for it. I never did it before for very good reasons. I didn't want to start fires inside of places like
It
that.
never even
you know?
crossed my mind, honestly. Like I never even.
Or I
thought
didn't
about
want to cause attention because somebody's like, "Hey, that abandoned house has smoke coming out of the chimney right now." So, yeah. But anyhow, this is pretty
that's-
stupid that
yeah,
they published
It's
that.
very stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
Right there.
Kind of.
It looks like it's in like a shaft or something. Is this a classroom? I can't really.
It's like it looks like a principal's office, some sort of administrator's office.
What are they just leaving it? Look at the hallways.
Yeah,
Why is it? It's
I
all
guess so.
smoky.
Unbelievable.
What
Yeah,
the
that was a
heck?
pretty good fire that they did right there.
Maybe pretty good.
I'm saying like a big
Oh,
fire
oh,
that,
yeah.
that it got smoke down the hallway.
But it's obviously been lit for a while, though. I don't think they
It's just
lit it
funny.
within the last 5 minutes. There's no
Nah,
way.
it's been on fire as long as they've been in the building. That kid probably walked in there and lit a fire.
Yeah, but I'm saying it could have happened before they started recording. Like they
Yeah.
could have been in there because for that to fill up with smoke like that would take a while. They got their music going. They're chilling.
Yeah. Another thing, like I don't think we've ever bumped any music
No,
while we were inside of an abandoned building before.
forget it.
think we've
You
ever
would
done
be
that.
like, get out of the room.
I mean-
when you're recording, you'd be like, get out of the room because I
Actually,
make
I
too
could
much
actually
noise.
say that I have never done it and beyond a shadow of a doubt, I have never ever done it because I don't want copywritten things inside of my videos, and also I have my own music that goes to videos, and I don't want to deal with anybody being around my shots and things
Well,
like
you
that.
talk in
So
your video, so you can't
Yeah.
play music while you're doing
so
it.
so at that point, I have never personally played music. I might have been with people that have played. I've been exploring with some weird people, so there might have been some. Not every person that I've ever explored with is a
no,
weird person, so
no.
don't take that wrong. But I've been exploring with some people that have done some pretty stupid shit, other than fucking ratting me out. But
Which
you
we
know,
don't really know
whatever.
who. Well, we know one guy, but we don't know the others.
Yeah, there's others, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyhow, bumping the tunes, going down the hallway here. Obviously, it's completely. This is probably the most torn up part of the school that we've seen, other than the busted out windows little portion there. They really got this good. You can see they were in that ceiling. I don't know if they're throwing things into the ceiling, knocking out the ceiling tiles,
be.
or the copper guys are coming in and getting all of the
Oh, that
wiring
was
and
the
plumbing.
auditorium.
Is that what it was?
It looked like it was. They just walked past it.
They're not true explorers. They titled this urban exploration, and this is certainly not an urban exploration up to this point.
This is
Or they
Oh,
said it was
shit.
exploring.
urban destruction.
Vandalizing. Vandalizing Warren Harding High School
Yeah.
should be the
Yeah.
title of this.
Oh, here's the gym.
Nice.
Y'all already know what I'm saying.
All right.
Nice shot.
Yeah, so I saw some pictures of that gym, and that gym was way better looking before.
Yeah.
There was no tags
Graffiti.
in
Oh, I
there.
was just gonna say. Yeah.
That backboard was broken. Like, it's gotten
Yeah.
to it so much that backboard was broken. That's like, sometimes you see that when the whole place is torn apart, there's still a backboard with spray
Yeah.
paint at least on
Yeah.
it. The backboard has been broken out.
Yeah.
So that it's just crazy how much destruction happened inside of that building, and whatever. I mean, I've seen places go to shit in like a year, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
that's a pretty crazy amount of destruction that I've seen. I don't know. I guess the videos that I saw were in like the last couple years, 3 years maybe.
Okay.
I would say was the most,
Yeah.
and it was perfect.
Yeah.
So all these kids from the town, and it's not just this group. It's
Yeah, I'm sure
all
there's
the
a
kids
lot. Yeah.
found out that you can get inside of there some way. They all watch videos.
They probably had
they
a
all
huge
watch
party
YouTube, they all
inside of
watch
it.
that stuff. There was definitely a party inside of there.
You
At one point.
know?
I mean, listen, I would have had a party inside of there, but the fact of the matter is that I wouldn't have vandalized it. The unfortunate part about it is that it probably would have gotten vandalized by somebody. So that's the
Yeah.
thing when you're a kid. You know, that kind of stuff happens. They're not thinking about the ramifications
No.
to publishing this, to vandalizing
Nothing.
this, to they don't. To I guess to us, because we like taking the photos, we like, getting the video.
Yeah.
We have property, that we respect of our own, so that in turn makes us respect other people's shit.
Right.
So as you grow older,
Yeah, you have
kinda-
more of an appreciation for the things that you have, and you don't really
the
want to
things
mess up
that
other people
have as well.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
understand the value of a dollar.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the unfortunate part about it is that any of these people's family owns a home or anything
yeah,
like that.
Saw this. Yeah.
They paid for that.
Well,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So if you're a little towny kid and you just broke up this school, then your mother and your father, they paid for that glass or whatever. So
Yeah.
I mean, and one way or the other. I mean, you could look at it one way or the other. So they were wasting it, so the kids got to break something that their parents already paid for, and the city or whatever was wasting this shit, or they were just little assholes that broke something that their parents had to pay for throughout their tax dollars, and they'll have to pay for something else.
I wonder-
Whatever it was that they were doing with it. I don't know what it is that they do
What?
with these buildings, the schools. What are the plans?
I don't
They're
know.
not going to
I mean,
reopen them as a school.
Chances are, what would probably end up happening is you'll get some kind of, especially nowadays, probably get a developer to purchase it from the state or the town. I don't know how schools are owned or who owns them.
Yeah.
But you probably get a developer come in, demo the whole thing, and build townhouses,
Yeah, probably
condos,
condos.
houses.
Yeah.
But I was just gonna say, like, I wonder if there's kids constantly coming into the school doing this, making obviously loud noises. They're breaking glass, smashing
you
shit.
can see right here that they're in a neighborhood right
no,
here.
and
so
what I was getting to is I wonder if the neighbors who
they
live
definitely
there,
call the cops all the time.
are trying to get these kids out of here.
They
Cause
definitely call the cops all the time.
and my thing is right now too, like they just cut to the outside of this. What did they do with that fire? Like,
they didn't.
they're not showing.
I
it,
don't
I
think
guess.
they really. I think somebody was stepping on it while they were in that room when they first went inside of there. I think somebody
Yeah.
was stepping on it, but I don't think they fully extinguished that fire. But I also would have heard about this school
Well, yeah, then it would have went on
going
fire.
up in flames
Yeah.
already.
So
So even though I haven't not been to this school, I would have heard about this school burning down to the
Yeah.
ground. I usually hear about bad things happening,
yeah.
at abandoned
Well,
places
yeah,
when that
it gets
happens.
posted on the
But
socials.
yeah, so I wish I actually got here. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it's a cool looking.
I'm not gonna
school.
be on the lookout to be getting to this establishment anytime soon. Yeah, so this is the outside of the school right here. They're outside. I guess they're done with their exploration, lighting fires,
guess
breaking
so.
windows, whatever you want to call it.
Still like a minute left.
She said, come on, me and you. Dad. Why y'all trying to be like, why y'all trying to
I know.
stop trying to say that
Big school.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be on the news today.
It kind of looks like our old high school a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
It definitely has those vibes.
You know if they catch y'all,
Well, I guess this is how we enter.
Yeah, there you go. And somebody walked up with a sawzall. You could see that they boarded that thing up right there. They boarded it up, and then something happened where they opened that up, and then somebody came back with a new piece of plywood. I think that's what that
Yeah,
looks like to me.
yeah.
And then somebody came with a
Clean saw and
sawzall,
Yeah.
a portable sawzall,
cut hole.
and cut a hole in it. And I wonder if that was. I mean, it's got to be an Explorer. You know, it's got to.
mean, it
you
can
know
be
what?
anybody.
No,
No, like-
it's definitely not an Explorer. Why am I being so stupid? That was a goddamn scrapper. That was
Yeah.
for sure
Yeah.
a scrapper because he needed a sawzall so he can cut out all the
All the
stuff that he was
pipes.
coming.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They went to work like we're detectives right now because we just figured out that hole was more than likely done by a scrapper that already had a sawzall that went in there and ripped apart
Took
that
out
ceiling,
everything.
did all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
It's most likely that I mean I don't know that a kid would know to. I feel like they would just try to like break it
I
off
was
versus
saying
having
I
like
was
a
saying
clean
an
cut.
Explorer.
No,
Somebody like one of us, you know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have tools, but I don't bring tools.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't bring any tools with me.
yeah.
If I can get in, I can get in.
Yeah.
If I can't get in, I got a plan B somewhere down the road.
Well, yeah. I guess an
I,
explorer.
I'll come back when I find out that it's open. I will try my hardest. I will even throw my cousin on a roof. Somebody else that's with us, I'll put them on a roof. They will go down, climb into something, and they will get us in. If there's a possibility of getting
Yeah.
inside of a place, we will do that. But I've never broken into a place with any
Right.
tools.
Yeah,
I've never done
no.
that. So I don't bring any tools with me. I
No,
don't
I
do
know,
that.
yeah.
The only tools I have are cameras.
Well, I'm saying like
That's
the kids wouldn't think to bring something to cut a hole. They would just try to rip the board off of the thing. So
I was alluding
I
to
think the
I
scrapper is
was
definitely
alluding
a
to
good-
explorers, but we were speaking about scrappers before,
Yeah.
and that is 100%
I think
what
that's what
happened in
would
that
be,
case of that
yeah.
hole.
Yeah, because it's a clean cut.
What do you guys say about
There's
this?
a lot of houses,
Yeah.
a lot of
What do you
residents.
guys say about this? Look at this nigga about it. What do you guys say about this?
Man, this shit was fun as hell.
That's
I feel like this
What?
isn't as many people that were in there.
Well,
You gotta say about
they
this.
lost some people inside of there, they said. So I don't know if they're still
Nah, what you guys say about this?
inside of there.
Look at my shoes, bro. Look at my shits, my nigga.
They're not really that great, but I mean, they're just kind of like, I guess you just kind of like roam around the high school, I guess, because everybody's just driving by. They're casually walking out.
I mean, there was
There's
no fence that they went through.
Nah,
they literally
they're
just
not
walked down
really
the steps.
keeping anybody out of there or doing anything like that. So I guess the vibe is nonchalant over there. They don't really care about this place so long as the place doesn't burn to the ground or catch anybody else's
I mean,
house on
honestly,
fire.
they
They're not
probably
dealing with
would
it.
want it to burn to
So,
the ground.
Yeah. So that's a pretty weird little situation there that they're not keeping anybody out of that. That place was definitely
Yeah.
stripped. So people were doing work inside of that place and had it all to themselves,
Yeah.
basically. You could see all those ceiling tiles. Now that I'm seeing that hole and I'm putting all that information that we put there together, right? Now I'm seeing all those tiles down. I know those scrappers were in that
I mean,
ceiling. They had a
definitely.
nice battery powered DeWalt saws on inside of there, and they were just going to town. We've seen people
I
doing
feel like
that
scrappers
stuff.
are the first people that get to the abandoned, like these types of like hospitals, schools, any of these kinds of facilities that are big and have a lot of.
Nobody's watching
pipe.
out for them.
Yeah,
They're waiting for somebody. I guess they're waiting for somebody to take it apart for them.
Scrappers are crazy too because we have run into them a couple of times, and there was that one time
The
that
one time at the power plant was the
they were
craziest.
throwing shit off of the roof.
There was like
I thought I
a
was gonna
team
get
of
hit.
20. There was
Yeah.
a team of 20 guys.
It was like a
running
whole
all around
organization.
that place, and they had a forerunner backed up into the garage like portion of the power plant in the back.
Yeah, there was like a roll up door.
That was
they
the
drove
entrance
in.
point that we had to go in. They're like, "You want to come in?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go film this place." And they're like, "All right, come on." And I walked
was
right past
chaos.
them. They had a forerunner that was literally the ass end of that thing was down to the ground. It was filled with old metal that these guys, all these crackheads, definitely tweakers, crackheads, whatever, heroin addicts, whatever you want to call these people, they were all definitely on drugs. They were definitely, and there was a rave going on there, so there was a lot of people.
Yeah, it was a
on
crazy
drugs in that building that day. That was
spot.
probably it was definitely the wettest because it was raining that day, but it was definitely one of the craziest bunches of people that I saw inside of a power plant at the very least, or in any abandoned building, because that was a lot of people there. But yeah, this was very nonchalant. This was all the scrappers got to that place.
Yeah.
All the kids can walk in and out of that place. So maybe
If we're ever up in Connecticut, maybe
maybe we could stop in. But the way it looks right now, I really don't want to. The way it looks in that video, I don't want to go there. The way it looks right now is potentially way worse.
Probably.
Maybe even burned up a couple other times, and I don't want to smell soot or anything like that. So yeah, we're not going to ever go there. So I'm not blaming any of the YouTubers at this point because I've watched this entire video. So anybody that put that name of this school in their video, I don't blame you because they deserve. They left that place wide
point,
open for everybody to get to. And
the kids are going to destroy it.
And
before anybody else.
I would imagine that most of the destruction was done by the scrappers at that point. I mean, we obviously saw these kids breaking that up, but these are just kids. The glass, those sorts of things, that was all done by the kids.
Yeah.
All those ceiling tiles, everything that was
Most
ripped
likely
out.
the scrappers.
It was more than likely scrappers trying to get all the metal that they possibly could out of that place. So yeah.
But yes, I mean, these kids are. I mean, they're teenagers. We all know, all of us. Yeah, when we were teenagers, we would do dumb shit. The difference is we didn't have social media the way that social media is right now.
We didn't have a camera in our pockets.
And we didn't have cameras in our pockets.
I wish so bad that I had a video camera when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, I wanted a video camera so bad for skateboarding, for exploring whatever I was doing, for going to school and filming myself doing bad stuff. and like, so I understand what the infatuation is with pulling out that camera while you're doing some stuff like that, because I dreamed of having a camera when I was a teenager so I could film all the bad stuff that we were doing. And any time that we were able to get a camera in our hands, like a nice, we're old school, right? I'm old school.
VHS camcorder.
It was a VHS camcorder. You had a 90-minute VHS inside of that camcorder, and anytime somebody had one of those, throwing it over the back, you can get it from the AV room. My friend's grandfather.
My dad had one of those.
However it worked out, we'd rock that, and you would catch us. We had footage somewhere, and it's lurking around out there of us doing some bad stuff. So I do not blame kids nowadays. It is definitely something. It's right in your pocket. It's way easier than that big bulky thing, and I would have dragged that thing around anywhere. So I don't blame them at all. I only blame them for being stupid, which in a lot of cases, most of those kids will probably eventually get over their stupidity. Some look like they might not.
Yeah.
They look a little bit dumb right now. So and listen, like I said, I've been dumb on YouTube before. So I've criticized my own self. So, so I'm just saying, probably shouldn't destroy abandoned schools or any property.
Yeah. And I mean, this is just a perfect example as to why we don't, or we wouldn't ever give out locations unless it's like obviously to people that we know and we trust and we know that's going there for the right reasons. But there was always so many people that were kind of like, hey, can I get this spot? Blah, blah, blah.
And it's
And
not
we're
even
just
about
like-
the explorers that are asking for it, because 9 times out of 10, I have no problem giving it to anybody that I can see is a legitimate,
Yeah.
you know, person that explores. They go other places. They probably have spots of their own and things like that.
Yeah.
They've, you know, sought out their own selves and did all that stuff. So I have no problem with doing stuff with legitimate people. It's just I'm specifically talking about when people post the names of the place.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it's always been a question that I've always been asked in the comments at one time or another. You know, why don't you ever post the location? Why don't you ever? Because
Yeah,
it'll
we
get
don't.
destroyed.
Yeah.
You know, especially I mean, I've gate kept a lot of little houses and stuff like that because I've seen other videos of places that I've been, especially the houses where, you know, somebody came in there and they jacked all that stuff.
Well,
or
yeah,
they
I mean, there's
broke
people
stuff
that
or
literally
whatever.
are looking at the videos to purposefully do it. You know, there are people out there that have bad intentions from the get-go. So we just eliminate that and we just don't share the
And it's
locations.
safer for us.
Well,
so
that too,
nobody tries to get at us or whatever.
Yeah.
So-
So
Anybody that's
But-
watching this that does this, you should probably, you know, not title it in your video
don't put the name.
specifically, you know, because it'll start to look like this place. But
Oh man.
yeah, so that was a good little watch,
Yeah.
a good little reminiscing about, you know, some of the trouble, you know, that I could have gotten into if I had a cell phone camera.
Yeah. I mean, I think anybody, you know, can sit there and say that they've done stupid stuff. I feel like I was a pretty good kid, but I definitely hung out with people that were doing dumb
Well,
shit.
there were obviously good
So,
kids in
yeah,
that video
so-
right there, so you can get caught
yeah.
up.
Well,
Just-
right. So I
just
was
trying to
was
go
that,
inside of an
I was
abandoned building.
the girl in the gray sweatshirt.
See, you could have been a good person along with my badass that
Yeah.
went to that submarine. You know
It's
what I
true.
mean? And then you could have gotten caught up.
Could you
You
imagine?
know, because there's the good, right?
Mm-hmm.
The bad,
Mm-hmm.
and the rat.
Well,
And
yes.
the rat will get everybody in trouble.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. So somebody's gonna rat.
Somebody
And
will
it's
rap,
gonna
but
be Malachi because he has the video.
well, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and they
that's
know who
true.
Malachi is, and they're gonna listen. They're gonna look up every 16-year-old kid
Mm-hmm.
that's named Malachi, and it's gonna be one kid. So that's all they gotta do is go through that neighborhood and find Malachi.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that is the end of this video.
Oh,
Anybody out there that is on our Patreon, our
yes.
members only, we appreciate you guys for joining. Anybody that has not joined yet, please consider joining. Go on over there. We will have early content over there, private live streams, private things, other
Exclusive
videos that
content,
you will
yeah.
not see anywhere else but on those forums right there, because you got to keep some things secret, and we can keep secrets
Yeah.
with some of the people that are over there.
Yeah.
So I hope we can keep them with all the people that are over
I
there, but
trust them. I trust those people.
I don't think that anybody is going to invest in getting
Trying to
us
get
in
us in
trouble.
trouble.
So
Yeah, I hope
I
not.
don't think that anybody's going to
We've dealt with that
bankroll
enough already.
our capture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.